able to make it away from the breakout bracket. So.
Yeah, good days for SCA fans. Finally, SCA proving that they're strong again. So Dark Willow as a first pick. I think I've said it a couple of times. Remember when I was on a Bane train hate?
The Bane train hate?
Yeah, I mean, I was the one who was driving the train. And the
conductor.
Yes, exactly. So I opened up the Bane hate club, and the hate club's still running. I think I'm going to go with the Dark Willow to join the club. It's going to be
You hate Dark Willow?
Purple, I don't know, fairy,
but
ugly
she's
looking.
so cute, Lacoste. How could you hate that face
but
like
so
that?
are sirens, man, but they trick you.
Ah, they trick you. I mean, you get close and you're kind of like, whoa, you
the
are obnoxious.
Exactly. Dark Willow, pretty OP in my book. What I saw in 2 games before, you can solo kill a Viper with no items whatsoever. She had a blink just to get close, uses ulti with the built-in magical resistance from a Viper. He still goes down, which is pretty insane. Like, you can't kill position 1 hero or 2, whatever, who's full HP with just one ulti.
That's against
that
law.
Blows my mind.
That's against Dota law.
Exactly.
No support should be able to kill a core like that so easily. So we'll see if the Frog is taking note. And upon further patch, we'll see maybe some additional adjustments to the little lady. But in the meantime, we're opening up with a Liquid standard here. It looks like possibly the Matamba Man Lone Druid. And then we got a Sand King here for good old GH. Or Guh, as he's called.
Guh. All right. That's how I would pronounce it. I don't expect Americans to pronounce it like that. Lone Druid opening, they've did it a couple of times already. I think this is the games that I watched. This is the 3rd one because it's impossible to watch all the games. The days are not long enough.
Yeah, you don't have enough eyeballs,
yes,
unfortunately, for that. What I've noticed when Liquid decide to do this Lone Druid lineup, again, they give it to Matamba Man, but I've noticed they like to cause a lot of distractions and ruckus and pull focus away from the Lone Druid so he can just kind of mind his own business, slowly farm up, and become that huge, terrible terror towards the end of the game. So I'm curious to see if Liquid kind of follow that pattern, get Miracle something a bit flashy, get Kuro onto something that's very early game-centric and kind of can bring a lot of attention to the other lanes. We'll see if that's something they go for.
The way Liquid plays with Matamba Man, he has a huge bullseye on his head.
The big bald head?
Yeah, it's just a huge X, and he's getting targeted a lot, and they're used to play like that. So, well, I think in the previous series, he had 15-minute Helm of the Dominator and Radiance, which is pretty insane.
Yeah. I'm sure TNC have taken note, but then again, the TNC themselves have been pretty heavily involved in all the games. These teams feel like sometimes that there's just so much action, they don't even get opportunities to review replays. They're lucky to review their own replay, but then to be able to kind of, take in some additional replays of their opponents, I'm sure that they're just kind of sweating it out.
Lone Druid doesn't like heroes that get on top of him. Lifestealer easily kills the bear as well. Maybe they will ban out the Phantom Assassin. TNC had good start at this tournament with the PA. She received some of the buffs, and he's really good against the Lone Druid.
They also pulled out against the Lone Druid? The Weaver. Remember that?
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you want to have that hero. Okay, Razor is also a good ban because he can suck the damage from the Spirit Bear.
That's very true.
I love AA and Dark Willow combo. That's so sick, so much damage. You can, and then you combine it with any position 1-2 hero, any carry hero, whatever you want to call it, and you have an extremely strong tri-lane.
I feel like I haven't had the opportunity to cast any AA games for how much I've been seeing him in every other game, but yeah, I agree. It's definitely a formidable duo with plenty of lockdown. Could even guarantee some early cold feet action.
5 seconds remaining.
Bands to fly out here. They get rid of the Tiny and Enchantress on side TNC. Liquid, the Nature's Prophet. Actually, when we heard we were going to do this matchup, I told myself that I wanted to mention the Nature's Prophet, and I actually forgot to. Both these teams have been picking up the Nature's Prophet in that support position, too. So this is likely Kuro, Nature's Prophet.
You focus too much on witty stuff.
Yeah, like
Opening
Easter eggs.
Was, yeah. So Nature's Prophet, Cuckoo has been playing it a lot, and a lot of teams figuring out that the hero can be utilized as position 5/4, whatever they want to play it.
Why don't
and
you go ahead and remind the good people out there what makes Nature's Prophet in the 5 position
because
so
it's
frickin'
good, period.
All
No,
right,
I
there
mean,
you heard it here first.
he's a good lane bully. He summons 2 treants, has a Blightstone. Most of them go for that build. And then you can zone out pretty much anyone. You can do dual lanes. And he actually scales well as a support. Also has that global presence.
Yeah.
Yep.
Able
Can
to
easily
show up.
split push.
He's just jack of all trades.
I love this pickup, man. Winter Wyvern. I did not see that hero for quite some time.
Yeah, the last time Wyvern was very prominent, almost feels like when it had that bad stigma tied to it with the old EG fiasco, or however you put it. But since then, Wyvern has been getting a lot of praise and a little bit of love, certainly even in the recent 7.12 patch. Wyvern got a whole extra intel. This boy's smart now. And in addition to that, what is it? The Arctic Burn?
Yeah, the range.
Increased damage, or increased range, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the Frog nerfed him in every other aspect, but then he was pretty much gone from the competitive scene, so he needed to receive some love. I'm surprised that this hero is not picked more, because how game is played right now is you have all these big team fight altis. We're gonna group up and fight the fast playing tempo, and this is one of the heroes that can easily disrupt it, even though he's not called the disruptor. Ancient, doesn't matter. Winter disruptor.
Whoa, relax. Yeah, I agree with you. There's great team synergy there. You can even lock down opponents and set things up for a Dark Willow ambush or a gyrocopter call down, let's say. But also, if you're going to be dealing with this hefty push, like your Lone Druid, like your Nature's Prophet, that splinter shot is very nice to have. You can cast it from quite a far ways away, farm in some easy money, and be able to de-push quite a bit. I like it.
Yeah, so Winter Wyvern provides them good team fight, really good against the Lone Druid in general, especially when he gets into the later stages of the game. Nature's Prophet, not sure how the laning stage will go. So with Winter Wyvern and Willow being picked up, not too much control for Queen of Pain. Yes, Dark Willow has Cursed Crown. She has Bramble Maze, but against the Queen of Pain, probably just gonna go for a Yule Scepter at one point. Feels like they don't have enough with just 2 supports. That's the always problem when you play against team like Team Liquid. They always open pretty much with one of the cores and one of the supports. I saw them even opening with 2 cores, so then they pick supports and try to counter you.
Turn to ban.
Yeah, but I hear arguments for it both ways. Committing to the cores also could mean that the opponent's team could go heavy in on the counterplay, but most teams also have been committing to their own supports in the early phase, so that's when they get stuck in a bit of an awkward position here.
So,
Timbersaw.
Yeah.
Is Viper still in the pool? It is. There are a couple of ways to deal with Timbersaw. Slark also received some of the buffs. There's OD as well, which actually just got banned.
Well, who would play it? Who would Mind Control be playing then if they were to commit to something like a Viper on Liquid side?
Mind Control can play anything. He's going to be the Viper.
Anything.
He's the offlane Viper. That's it.
Okay.
Or whenever they place him. So, I mean, Queen of Pain can still go. I've seen Miracle going for Shadowblade, then upgrading it to Silver Edge when they need a hero to break. Also, Nature's Prophet, I expect him to go for Spirit Vessel build, which I saw from one of the Fnatic did as well. It's just like no boots, fast medallion. And he also played against the Timbersaw, which is great. That item just destroys Timber. And Winter Wyvern as well. The heal. You can't really heal.
Yeah, you're right. Right about that.
I'm always right.
How about this final Night Stalker pickup here? I mean, you're calling out for possibly a bit more control for something like the Queen of Pain. Now you get a little bit of that. But as it looks now with SamH picking it up, that is going to be their dedicated offlane role. I imagine they'll pair it with something, whether it be the Willow or the Wyvern.
So that's the control that they needed for this Queen of Pain, and he can easily also get on top of Lone Druid, pretty speedy, and they have a really good vision game. Winter Wyvern during the night. Also, you have a Night Stalker, Miracle, Ember Spirit. I did not expect them to pick Ember, but again, they kind of lack control. A lot of these heroes will draw attention from side of Team Liquid, so you can't focus everybody. That's the thing about it. And like they pick the mobile heroes because they showed their supports already. Seems like a good overall draft from Team Liquid. Again, with the 3 cores plus Kuroki playing the Nature's Prophet, which can actually scale. He has 30 damage talent, but there's not enough space on the map. You need to dominate the game early on so you can have these scaling heroes to actually have a space to farm.
I feel like Liquid, the foursome there should be able to cause enough of a ruckus, and Matama Man is hoping that he'll be granted that space to be able to farm up into quite the beast. But we'll see if TNC are going to be privy to that or if they're going to be able to just play their own game. They, again, are looking for the win. If they get this win, they are going to be moving on into the main event and not worry about this breakout bracket. And Liquid, well, they want to win so that they can keep their heads afloat.
So, here we go.
Here we go. Let's get into it, folks. Good luck, have fun. TNC early smoke as they wiggle their way down through the bottom half of the lane here. Matama Man already going to be residing in that safe lane, it would appear. No surprise to see Miracle hanging out in that mid lane. For now, Mind Control, of course, in the Quap off lane. GH is going to be heading that direction, and Kuro will wait.
Tim saying, I'm a big fan of your Mind Control. Did you miss it? You need to scroll up.
Whoops, 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 whoops.
I translated it for you.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks. Man, you're just a man of so many talents, and you're handsome, Lacoste. You just got it all.
You're just saying I'm handsome because of the picture you posted on Twitter?
It's because
you pretty much look the same,
yeah,
right?
That's why you're so good looking.
So this is going to be position 5. Oh, it's going to be position 5 Winter Wyvern, position 4 Willow, which I pretty much prefer because the hero needs to have a mobility item, something. She needs some kind of farm. Even if you go for Yule Scepter Veil, if you have a lot of magical damage burst, it's always good.
She didn't pick up either boot quite yet, but does have a lot of sustain on hand here. Looks like Liquid are going to be grabbing up the majority of the bounty runes on this one.
I like what Miracle has queued up. Just a casual Divine Rapier, no boots.
Yeah, Mango first, though, and then Rapier. Yeah.
I gotta stay healthy.
Yeah, of course. I mean, if you want to be able to pick up a weapon that big, you gotta get the fruits in. So we'll see how the matchup works out.
What's your favorite fruit?
Pineapple. Come on.
Yeah, you were actually stealing pineapple from my plate.
I mean, it was right there.
For me. Or, alright, Nature's Prophet decided to go for Orb of Venom this time. So it's gonna be, like, you have this position 5 hero who can deal with 2 heroes on the safe lane.
That is actually kind of ridiculous here, but they seem to have already had enough of it, Lacoste. They just quickly turn on to him, leading him to believe that he's that bully, and they actually end up forcing him back pretty damn hard, almost into first blood. One more right click would have done it, but it looks like Kuro's able to create the space. That almost felt like a little bait, like, yo, we're so scared of you. Not. Got him with a not joke.
They do not have too many region left in this lane. Only one Tango left for Furion. He's gonna need to bring more, definitely, if they start playing aggressive with Willow, especially when they hit level 2. So Cursed Crown or Shadow Realm, depends. Like, Willow can be built in so many ways.
What ultimate do you want to get, you know?
Yes. Let's see how the top lane goes. Mind Control against the Timbersaw. He's gonna get a decent amount of farm, pretty much. Both of them, GH trying to pull the wave, not very successful. Winter Wyvern has that Arctic Burn ready.
It's a long cooldown, so your commitment to use it does have to be, used appropriately. It feels like an eternity before you can use that Arctic Burn again in the early game. But for now, not under too much threat. The two of them will not have too much kill potential in the lane right now, but are just going to kind of wiggle their way into more relevant CS. Our mid lane, 11 for the Ember Spirit. Gyro sitting at only 4. So this one, quite a amazing start for Miracle.
Yeah, he has more damage, 60 damage plus the Quelling Blade. Pretty easy to last hit.
Miracle soaks up the Rocket Barrage, feels confident enough to continue to right-click here, and now a Rocket's going to be en route, so he has to quickly pull off. Aish even needs the Tango just to be safe. That one was a little close, but he's going to be fine. Dire Courier is gone, just like that.
That's when the Courier dies and you don't have anything to collect with, like a bounty. I mean, Nature's Prophet did it and TP'd back to the base.
Very nice play.
It's always amazing, that extra amount of gold. Or did he actually kill it? Scriff? Nope. All right.
A miss micro.
Yep.
Uh-oh, attention to the mid lane. Looks like Kuro's going to get on the action. He has a Blightstone and an Orb of Venom, and that's going to help pepper things down. Raven's going to get dropped, and Miracle, he's going to take the first blood.
Yeah, because I saw that Nature's Prophet has teleport ready, so he couldn't kill it.
Good heads-up play. Meanwhile, top lane, toss combo with the mind control assistance coming in from that screen of pain. Cuckoo's going to hide within the trees and take his business elsewhere.
No points in Shadow Strike, just a full, I'm going to call it a farm build. I mean, he can't harass Timbersaw because he's just going to get extra charges from those right clicks. Good scan coming out from the Dire, so Raven knows where the supports are standing at.
They are flirting in that top lane quite a bit.
I like how Team Liquid always have these self-sustainable cores, and then pretty much 2 roaming supports that create a lot of space for Miracle on mid.
We do often see, though, that Liquid like to make more space for Matama Man. In the meantime, he was kind of getting hit pretty hard between Dark Willow and Night Stalker, but it looks like Tim's has decided to step away from that bottom lane to assist Raven in that mid lane. He had already dropped that first blood, and with so much of Liquid's support attention coming his way, he kind of needs that bodyguard to be nearby.
Yeah, I love that the question mark is back when you deny. It's like, what up? Maybe just for the April Fool's Day.
Yeah, I don't know if that was like Valve's attention or if they saw the call out for it from Reddit and they're like, oh yeah, we should bring that back. Well, whatever the case may be, they brought it back to the satisfaction of all of us.
So with the all attention drawn to the mid lane because Liquid used their supports to try to kill the Gyro, now you have a Queen of Pain on top lane, which is pretty good matchup for Queen of Pain. She's getting a lot of CS, and then you have a Matumba Man, who's pretty self-sustainable against the Night Stalker. Also, TNC is one of the rare teams that love to play Night Stalker on and off lane. He's already level 5. So just a full aggressive build, no points in Crippling Fear.
I mean, do you think it's in his best interest to make work out of a nighttime, though? Or should he just kind of keep this lane farm while he's got it?
When you play position 3 Night Stalker, you don't want to be that active on the first night. If someone rotates to your lane, it's good, but you don't want to miss out the XP. And when you're missing from the lane, they know that you're on a gank mission, so it's pretty easy to spot it.
True that. He'll reside in the lane for the meantime. Meanwhile, we see mid lane. A little tree army is being built up, and now they're looking to make the move. A run in, possibly, for Raven, and then they pull off the other direction. Of course, these Treants are just a Gyrocopter's really worst enemy. Being able to mitigate all of that rocket barrage is something he doesn't want to have to be dealing with. Meanwhile, Cuckoo not looking to deal with this Queen of Pain, flies back into that familiar tree spot. This time, will not be able to TP out. He's finally able to pick up a pair of boots, but Cuckoo's finding a hard time finding a good home to do his thing. But Timbersaw, though, look at this guy's CS game right now. 39-7. He's been firmly planted up here in the top lane. We've seen Armel go off plenty of games. We'll see if he'll have the opportunity to do it here. Meanwhile, mid lane, Rocket onto Miracle. Tag team action here with Dark Will. Then suddenly GH jumps in. And Kuro thinks about TPing in on the action, does decide to show up. They put their heavy attention onto Tim's, and they will be able to bring him down with the Remnant jump on forward. And now Splinter Shot coming in from Cuckoo. They look to get revenge as they try to take down GH. He runs to the high ground, needs 6 more seconds for the burrow. Not even going to be necessary. He's able to get away from the trouble. Meanwhile, Miracle, look at this guy's positioning. He's in Viz waiting right behind to see if maybe someone will get a little bit out of position.
Yeah, he has 2 remnant charges, so he can easily blow up.
Oh, they spotted GH. After the Arctic Burn jump up, they instead put their focus onto Raven. Can they get the kill? Yes, nicely done from Liquid. GH will take his leave in a full hit and run job.
They even got the better kill than they expected. I guess they wanted Cuckoo because he was out of the position, used the Winter Wyvern's Arctic Burn, but then they saw Gyro with no boots and decided to kill him. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, Lone Druid died. That's the rotation I was talking about. Night Stalker, he just needs one of the supports to come and they can easily kill the Lone Druid. Lone Druid will probably need to get boots early on this game. He can't afford. All the heroes on the side of TNC are pretty mobile.
Yeah.
Most of the time, he just goes for the Radiance, so he doesn't delay the timing that they're looking into. Top lane.
Yeah, moves in, chopping away here. Armel getting a bit too frisky. GH and Mind Control look to outnumber him. Mind Control says, don't even look at that bounty rune. Grabs it right under his nose. Armel takes his leave, not before throwing out a chakram. Still so many charges. He's just regenerating all that life. He's happy to put the moves on the GH, but GH just wiggles away a little too fast.
They don't have enough. Either they should stop hitting him because he's regening more, or just try to blow him up, but they did not have enough burst damage. Queen of Pain ready was ulti level 3 Scream of Pain, but still, it's a level 2 Sanking Stun, and the Nature's Prophet really doesn't contribute.
Not yet, at least. Kuro is trying to build up some side farm so he can get to that level 6, maybe a little bit faster. Be able to participate that much easier and build up farm.
Yeah, I'm surprised Night Stalker doesn't have any points on level 6 in Darkness. The next Knight is gonna be on, he should skill it now, like just to have it, because the next Knight is in, what, 3 minutes, and he has an Arcane Rune so he can pop it twice.
That's a good call. There he goes. Pops the Arcane, then goes for the point. Meanwhile, mid lane, it's breaking down right now. Cuckoo could be in a bit of trouble. Arctic Burn to get up to the high road, but he is going to get chopped on down. Meanwhile, it's a trade because it is going to be the takedown of Matamba Man. You take ours, we'll take a better one of yours. TNC with the favorable trade, I guess.
Yeah, well, Queen of Pain did not have a TP there. She's a good cleanup hero, especially when she gets that amount of XP and the gold on the side lane.
Yeah, having the Sonic Wave still at her disposal here. Hides within the trees, maybe looking to make a possible call out in a play, but I'm also seeing some cross-country running possibly here from Sam H, trying to find an opportunity to make the jump. Can't decide between mid or top lane at the moment.
Dark Willow is maxing Bramble Maze because they have 3 heroes that can't move. They have Blink, you have Ember Ulti, you have Burrow Strike.
Speaking of which, Burrow Strike used right there. And she'll quickly go for the TP out, and we'll be able to make it away. Good heads-up call. Seeing lots of quick and witty TPs this game already to make it out from trouble.
Yeah, I'm not sure they have enough for this Timbersaw. He's pretty much free farming. He's gonna build into pretty standard build. They managed to take down the top tower, so that's an extra chunk of gold for everybody.
A little bit of a missed last hit there. Armel was trying to get it, but gold's gold. And he now heads to the mid lane. Looks to chop up some Scorpion. Throws out the Chakram. They'll fend off a bit. The Maze not really going to find a target at the moment here, but they are keeping the pressure away from their tier 1 if possible. But this does mean that now Matamba Man's going to get a bit extra space here at the bottom, leaving only poor Cuckoo to try to defend. Can't be everywhere at once, but Raven's coming in from behind. How you doing there? Drops the rocket. Matamba Man goes for the quick and frantic TP, but oh, it does make it out just in time. Meanwhile, though, Kuro also going to make it away. Jeez, man, the TP's out. These guys are all Houdinis.
They need the Dark Willow or Night Stalker to rotate. Night Stalker is such a high level. He has a Knight, and it's going to be almost up until the second Knight.
Jumps up and over, slide of fist, and he avoids the ambush from Sam H. Just a Vampire Man trying to jump out from the rafters. Can't get him, though.
Vampire Mage.
Vampire Mage. That sounds pretty badass.
What was the ogre, that Frost Ogre, what was the name?
Oh.
Some kind of vampire, I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, I remember Yumi and Jack having that conversation.
You're talking about the old Dota 1 Frost Ogre?
No, the new one.
Oh, you're talking about Leshrac.
Leshrac, yeah, the whatever,
God.
vampire mage.
You're bringing up King's Cup inside jokes now. It's going to go over the head of all these probably Europeans who are watching. Kuro back in action right now. Does have that level 6 at the ready at this time. Oh, spots out Tim's planting a ward. And decides to hit him up with the Sprout, head the other direction. Support's just trading a bit here. Mind control, though, waits on the high ground. Hi, how you doing? Jumps in. They try to hide within the Shadow Realm, but that is not going to get the save. Mega kill now for Miracle.
Yeah. Ember Spirit has Boots of Travel finished, so he can be more online when the fights are on, especially with the Nature's Prophet TPing. You can always TP to his Nature's Call.
Now, I know sometimes you get a bit iffy about the early Boots of Travel. Oh, God, Kuro just eats a full Rocket Barrage to the face.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Boots of Travel, but on Ember Spirit, it's alright. It's good. You can easily just go back and heal.
Follow-up kill possibly here, but we do have Return Fire coming in from Miracle. They are going to get the finish on the GH, and they're going to get the takedown of Mind Control. TNC going on a tear here in the bottom lane a bit. Tim's now joining in on the action right now. Nice Savage Roar to try to fend them off. Followed up with a Sleight of Fist Chains, and Liquid are able to kind of get something going. But just as I say that, the double kill now secured from Sam H, and they're not done yet. Armel looks to chase on forward, but Miracle will be able to slip away with the assistance of his Remnant. Bit hostile action down here from TNC.
I love the build on the Night Stalker bottle plus a Vanguard, which because he has a lot of levels, so he can be active. This is his time. He still has 2 more minutes to work on, and another ulti after that. So basically 2.5 minutes, and another Arcane Rune. Holy,
and another. Here comes Sam H. Lestat, if you will, rolling his way forward. Him and Armel could definitely be a good dynamic duo, which, by the way, it wasn't mentioned too much, but while the action was breaking out in the bottom, and we still see objectives being had here from Liquid. Kuro was able to secure that mid-tier 1 rather easily. Meanwhile, mid lane, first Wyvern ultimate, going to be committed to lock down Miracle in his place, but that's when GH looks to step in as the bodyguard, but they are going to be able to get the blast finish on both. Mind Control can't have it. Jumps in with the Sonic Wave. It's not going to be enough. He'll lose his own life too. Oh, Liquid disaster.
That's a wipe.
They could end up losing all 5 in the mid lane, and they are all done. Sam H. Dracula himself with a triple kill.
Yeah, that Bramble Maze, which is level 4, I talked about the root mechanic against all these heroes. They can't move, and the Night Stalker is so jacked. This one deals a ton of damage. Winter Wyvern ulti was just to set up everything. I don't think Liquid is strong enough to fight right now. Sand is nowhere near Blink Dagger. This is looking really bad for Team Liquid at the moment. The only one who has any amount of farm and that can utilize it is pretty much Ember Spirit. Pain also has one, but they did not have enough power at this fight because Ember Spirit was pretty much taken down early on.
And again, his farm is into those ruby red shoes, and he's moving forward into a Yule's. So, the firepower can be a bit, not as potent as expected from Liquid, at least at the moment here.
Yeah, the Radiance from the Lone Druid is gonna come after 22 probably minute mark. He's not that farmed at all. He's sitting on 4 deaths because what?
I'm sorry, I thought something was popping here. I like how though when you checked out Matama Man's Radiance is coming later.
Yeah, not today.
Not right now, but eventually he'll find the farm for it. He's already working his way through the camps and heading straight to bottom, which seems to be a full clear lane for them to work with. Plus, of course, we do have plenty of daytime for them to not have to worry too much about that pesky and scary Night Stalker.
Oh, big epi from GH.
Here it comes, looking to ruin the day of Raven, who's simply trying to farm his way through these ancient camps. His party will be trashed.
I gotta say I'm not a big fan of Mask of Madness Gyro. It lowers your armor by 8. Against heroes like Lone Druid, Ember Spirit, Pain, it just doesn't feel right.
Ember Silence, can't make it away. Needs a bit more time, but it's not going to be there. Even the Terrorize pulled out just to be safe on that one, and safe and secure is the way for TNC. They lose Raven, but they'll get Miracle. and then add some extra pressure onto the tier 1 in the mid lane.
I love the way TNC are playing throughout the DAC. They're playing fast. They don't let other teams to breathe once they get the advantage.
Yell out here from Mind Control. Ends up losing half his life. Tim's able to make it away, hiding within the sprout that Curl popped, and the rest of them slip out. Liquid coming up a bit short on that gank play. Meanwhile, pressure's coming in. Matama Man, as we can see at the bottom, with his full party and posse, trying to take it to this tier 1, but Raven shows up with Sam H, and possibly looks to put on the chase. GH hiding nearby within the tree, but they'll just make their hasty leave. I think Liquid just need a little bit more time to nurse some farm. I mean, Sand King, I'm sure, would love to have that Blink Dagger, but Matama Man would love to finish that Radiance.
Yeah, that's why they're making actions, trying to draw the attention away from Lone Druid, so he can be on the side, trying to get the towers, farm the jungle. He really farms fast, so they're trying to make something happen, get Sankin closer to his Blink Dagger, which will allow them to start the fights, even though they have two pretty mobile heroes, Ember Spirit with Remnants, you have Queen of Pain, but they can still take a fight, especially during the nighttime. Ember Spirit is getting close to Yule Scepter, which will give him a great defensive capability against Night Silence.
I can't help, though, feel like a lot of people, us and maybe even Liquid, could be sleeping on, oh, hold on, we got Mind Control here. Oh, and with the global, Cuckoo, the Golem might finish him off. No, he's able to quickly get off the heel. Mind Control doesn't want to let this happen, though, does manage to get the finish there. Meanwhile, GH going to be finished off from Armel, chopping his way right through the guy. The point I was going to make was, is a lot of people going to be sleeping on this man, Armel. He's currently king of the net worth, and he still continues to take names.
Yeah, he's only involved in 2 kills, but look at the levels. He's level 16, getting closer to that Bloodstone, sitting on a Hood, Yule Scepter, so he has a defensive mechanism against that burst damage that they have from Queen of Pain and Sanking, and can also get rid of the Searing Chains, so he can actually use the Timber Chain. Chain against the chain.
I like that. Oh, out they go, just as Sam H wants to roll on in. Out the other side. Now you were talking about chains so much I got excited, I forgot what I was going to say.
They have Night Stalker with Shadow Blade, so he can cut into the back lines, get the kill on Sankin most likely, because he's the most damage that they can
Hard move
get.
in. It's going to be around top of Miracle. It just went to nighttime. He does have that Yules, though. Quickly uses it the second he gets silenced. Woo! He's got quick fingers. But the chase is on. Armel looking to move in, sees Kuro, quickly looks to slash him apart, will be able to get it done. Here comes GH, here comes the Sonic Wave. He's looking to charge up the epicenter. It's going to be dished out right now, but they are able to slash right through Mind Control thereafter. Call down comes as Raven comes to play, and now Liquid need to quickly get the hell out of here because TNC have showed up.
They don't have the answer for this Timber Saw at the moment. This is a rocket. Are they going to dive?
Not quite yet. They spot out Miracle instead. They're running around him right now. Sam H looks pretty low. Miracle's going to be forced to step on back, but the rocket does chase on. Liquid, you know, they're not really dishing out enough hard shots to really threaten TNC at the moment, at least some of their bigger playmakers.
And another
Arcane Rune.
Another Arcane Rune for Night Stalker, not bad. I love the build on Night Stalker. He's tanky enough to actually go in and wants to tank all the damage.
That's such brilliant lookout right there. I mean, we saw the pings from Liquid. They have the vision of the Bounty Rune. They saw the Bounty Rune disappear. So they knew Sam H was heading that direction. They pinged it, but still Kuro was just waiting and hiding within the trees, thinking, surely he won't come into the trees and find me, right? No, he came into the trees, he found your ass, and he killed you.
They're so far ahead. 7,000 gold lead. Lone Druid still 1,000 away from a relic. That's really huge. The timing that they're looking into to push. They're going to need to play a defensive game, try to build that Radiance up, try to split push, because they can't fight at the moment.
I mean, we've seen plenty of Liquid games when they're in these kind of slower starts and they're able to kind of bring it back, but for the while there, and now back again, the top 3 net worth all belonging to TNC. Even the Night Stalker is really giving Ember Spirit a run for his money in the net worth department.
Yeah, Night Stalker's also going for a hood, so there's more tankiness in that hero. TNC might want to finish this game pretty early if they keep the pressure. They have a good deep vision, one behind the tower, one on the mid lane. So they have intel where Liquid is moving.
Yeah. And Liquid is moving all the time. I mean, for like the past minute, all I've seen Miracle do is Remnant away from trouble. He's even having a hard time finding where he could just sit and take farm. Right now, he's like, finally, this should be some good farm, right? Well, Sam H is nearby, possibly lingering for a bit of trouble, but looks like he will spare the man. Meanwhile, heavy pressure is going to be coming from TNC to that bottom lane, looking to score a tier 2. Liquid are forced to try to split the difference and go for their own tower way up north at the top. Meanwhile, Sam H finally gets his hands on Miracle, scratches at his back and gets him the hell away. Again, Miracle is going to be forced to look elsewhere.
Yeah, so there's a pipe also queued up for Timbersaw. They want to siege this high ground, and the pipe is so good against the Sanking, and once Lone Druid gets the Radiance, he's still far away from it.
Silence, turnaround, chops away here. GH forced to heals himself up. Oh god, Armel just kills him.
Nicely timed.
And now suddenly TNC are breaching high ground just like that. Assistance may be needed here from Matama Man, who's doing some split pressure of his own. Maybe if Liquid can draw the attention of TNC into a fight and away from the towers, it'd be more valuable, but TNC are kind of taking over right now.
Yeah, these Raxes are going down. Matumba Man is getting closer to that Radiance, 400 gold away. I think that they can't take this fight before the Radiance
Quick
is on.
slight, silence is there. Yules, 1 Rax, and TNC will be happy with that.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
So Matumba Man got his Radiance gold pretty soon, 300 gold away now.
They'll get at least 1 little kill.
Queen of Pain with the Orchid will help them control, especially the Winter Wyvern in the back lines. This is the hero that they need to kill. Winter Wyvern and Dark Willow, and just try to kite around the rest of the TNC if they want to win this game. Still tier 2 standing. Look at the deep vision from Liquid. 1 on each side of this big hill.
Maybe to spot out early movement, possibly early smokes.
Yeah, also gives Furion vision to kill the courier.
True. TNC now, after a nice successful siege towards that bottom lane, will regroup. Liquid group themselves. They pop the smoke, move in. There comes the ulti onto mind control. His team waiting behind. GH, hard commitment in. They go for those backlines like you're talking about. They're going to be able to easily take out the Wyvern. Call down's out. Nice sonic wave, but then Raven goes to work with that flak cannon. They start slicing things on through. They get the 1 mind control kill. Can't finish Kuro. He's able to narrowly escape. And now Miracle is on the run. Remnant's right on through that rocket. No problem at all. And not too shabby. I mean, a 1-1 apiece. Hard commitment in from Liquid. Only able to get the Wyvern, though.
Yeah, TNC should not take the fight during the daytime. Night Stalker did not have ulti there. Full pipe on him as well.
Oh, they're trying to get the finish, it looks like, for Armel, but Shadow Bladed in. Comes Sam H. Looks to put the focus on the mind control, who's going to be forced to step back. TNC looks to mow down this lane and prevent an assault. And it looks like they are going to be able to keep Liquid back in at bay. Jumping, though, from GH, looking to re-engage and get the jump on Sam H. But he's just so damn durable with the assistance coming in from that hood. It's just a bit too much, and now Liquid begin to fall apart.
That's a dieback from mind control.
It sure is. Matama Man could go down next. Oh, the Yules just to be safe. And as he falls,
they have no buyback. This opens up the Roche for TNC.
Everything going from good to great here, man. TNC feeling themselves.
Yeah, the problem is this Timbersaw is so tanky at the moment that they don't have the answer. Kuro has that Spirit Vessel, but no charges on it, and he can also dispel it with its magical damage, so it's not that strong as it was before, but it's still about the region he gets from reactive armor, which pretty much stops it, and he has a Yule Scepter, so he can dispel it as well.
Yep.
So that's gonna be probably a gyro with the Aegis.
There you get the Roche, and the extra life will be put into the pocket of Raven on this one, and they look to head towards the top lane. With this Aegis, I imagine their objective to rid of all remaining Tier 2 towers and any potential outside vision of Liquid. Here now, GH narrowly getting away from that Octic Burn.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
It's, you know, this is looking pretty grim for Liquid. Now we're going to be stuck in a more restricted position. It's on them to try to find maybe some offensive maneuvers outside their own base to catch TNC off guard. But
They want to kill the shrines first so they can flag them from behind. And it's going to be a nighttime in the next 20 seconds. I don't think Liquid will defend Tier 2 tower. They still might try, but after that, I think TNC will just try to go for Tier 3 towers and close the game.
yeah, and there's really no reason not to. The timing just lines up perfectly for TNC to get it done. Liquid, I imagine right now, are game planning what is their best options to be able to have a solid high ground defense and attempt to rubber band the network back in their direction to pull this one back in their favor. See more dramatic comebacks here. Kuro, teeping in on the action, just finds himself in the wrong neck of the woods.
Yeah, no one has a buyback on the side of Team Liquid.
Here comes TNC, a hard move in. GH stops Armel in his tracks with that Burrow Strike, but will be handing over his own life. He's taken down, and as you mentioned, no buyback available for him. So the Sand King is not going to be able to commit his epicenter party into this fight. And TNC are just left to their own devices as they slowly siege forward onto this Tier 3. The heal's going to be there for Raven, but Miracle is just juking and jiving around right now, looking for opportunities to just get cute little sleight of fists in.
Gyro.
He's very low. Can they get that Aegis to pop? Oh, move in from Cuckoo. Finds Miracle. They're going to hit him with the rocket. They're going to hit him with a stun. They're going to hit him with everything they got, and he's going to go down 60 seconds. No buyback. Could Liquid throw in the towel already?
Yeah,
yes,
that's
they
the
can.
game.
Woo! TNC have secured a spot into the main event, joining alongside their C brothers Mineski.
I don't think anyone
Who
would
would've thunk?
expect that.
Who would have thunk?
I love the way TNC plays. They play so fast. They draft a little bit different. They have these unorthodox heroes. Like you wouldn't expect someone to pick Winter Wyvern, and they also have Armel, man. That guy is a beast, especially on Timbersaw.
Even the offlane Night Stalker too.
Yeah.
Shadowblade buildup. TNC clearly come into this, they say, we have our style, and we're just going to force the opponent to try to adapt to us. We're not going to try to play what's cool and what all the cool kids are doing. We're doing TNC things, and they're not going to expect it. And to be able to do this to Liquid, TI winners, I think they're going to be moving into the main event with such high confidence, right?
Yeah, and I love. This reminds me of a Virtus Pro play style. They just run their own strats. They don't care. They first pick Terrorblade. They're not afraid to test new stuff, and they play so fast.
All right. Well, congratulations again to TNC. We'll see them in the main event. For Liquid, though, they still got to be battling it out for the rest of the 3rd through 6th position on where they're going to be landing into that breakout bracket. That's Cossum Dakota. We'll cut to a break. When we come back, it's more tiebreaker action.